What's good, y'all? I'm back again with another vid. Hope y'all doing well, living well. And today, let's talk about life, man. The nature of life. You've seen the title. I feel like we're living backwards, and maybe not in the way that you think. I want to talk about literally the basis of reality. So, in terms of your inner world as well as your outer world, I feel like so many of us are trying to find validation from the external world so we can feel good within and be okay with ourselves within. But that's backwards. That doesn't make sense. Now, I begin to realize and think about this topic, and you can't have one without the other. The physical experience and let's call it the spiritual experience are a part of each other, and they depend on each other to create reality. So it's duality. You can't separate these two things, but I feel like we need to rebalance them. I feel like most people in the world live with trying to find themselves, trying to fulfill their external world and external circumstances in pursuit of thinking that it's going to fulfill them within. But we know that that does not work. You have to be fulfilled within, from within. It's your decision in here. And I like to think of it like this. I've been meditating a lot lately, and when you close your eyes, right, it's like you transported into a room, or your mind is like a room or a land or like a little mini world, right? And this is okay, actually, let's call it a garden, right? So you have this garden within your mind, and you can plant seeds, you can water certain things, or you can rip things up. And let's talk about thoughts and memories. Those are the things that happen, the people that inhabit this realm, this garden, that work on this garden, are your thoughts and the things going on in your head, the voice in your head. It's all, you could just chalk it up to thoughts. So with that being said, you have this whole world, this whole realm within, but we think the primary world is the one out here, the one we see with our physical senses and everything. But if you think about it, we are viewing the world based on our limited perspective as a human. We have our senses and such, but our eyes only see like point 0.3 of the electromagnetic spectrum. So with that being said, we really don't know what real reality is. We're just viewing it based off our viewpoint, based off our human reality. So with that being said, is reality even what we think it is? It's just formulated based upon your thoughts and your human perspective. So with that being said, now that we have described the basis of things and the environments of them, let's talk more about them. I feel like a lot of us are living this life of trying to have external circumstances, trying to have everything in your external world being just right. This person act this way, all of these things, trying to arrange a chessboard or whatever, arrange things to a way where they flow and they are synonymous with the way we view life. But as soon as they get out of line with that, then our lives are bad and we feel all negative and feel all tight and tense within. But really, you should be looking from within to fulfill you externally. There's all these things in the world, but none of them fulfill you until you make that decision within your mind. See, it's not the thing in the world. The thing is just a representation of the way you feel. I feel like the real reality is the reality of feeling, of the invisible, of the spiritual. So with that being said, this is where we need to live, and this is where your life is happening. We all live in this world simultaneously and can move throughout it, but at the same time, we all live in this world too, and this is all based on you. This is based on your mind. Everything you've ever experienced is within your head, and it's your own world. So how are you looking for the external world to define and give you validation from within? So with that being said, it's interesting though, because like I said, they depend on each other. We need this to have this, and we need that to have this. Without the physical reality, where did my body come from? But I feel like my soul, my spirit is beyond the physical. It's invisible. It's more so of an energy and a feeling, more so than a physical manifestation. So how is it so easy that we get caught within our physical world to fulfill us within? And I feel like it's just a matter of our understanding on the world, our viewpoint on the world. It's about you realizing how much your power is based on what's going on in here, what's going on in here, not so much what's going on out there. So look at it like this. Let's say within is how you react and respond, is your viewpoint on things. But whatever it is out there, it doesn't matter what it is, it matters how you view it. Because you can have the best thing happen to you externally, but within you may not feel good about it, or you may not feel fulfilled from that thing. So it's not that thing, it's the way you feel. So now that we know this, we can learn to start paying attention to the way we react and respond to the things and events that happen externally. And what you begin to realize is it's not that thing, but it's my response and how I react, which will shape the event, not the thing. And we're so caught up in trying to find ourselves in physical items, physical things, all these things outside of ourselves, but we neglect to look at the treasure that is right where we stand, right where we are, with us right here. You have something that nobody else in this entire world has. Somebody may look identical to you, but nobody has experienced all that you've experienced, seen what you have seen, lives in the world that you live in right here. This is different for everybody. So it's very important to begin to become aware of how you're living and how you're perceiving life. That's one of the most important things. You probably heard perspective is everything, and it truly is, because the way you see things shapes the things that you see. There's a quote, and it's the way, or if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And it's so simple, but that's so powerful. That's literally life right there. So now that we've established the nature of us living backwards and walking up the hill of life backwards, how can we begin to roll down the hill and move forward and move in a way that's more, let's say, cohesive, right? So I'd say it's just a recognition of the fact that we're in duality. The physical depends on the mental and the spiritual as much as the mental and spiritual depend on the physical. And I mean that in the sense that without your body, how will you be able to express your spirit within this existence? Your body is the conductor, is the whatever you want to call it, that defines the thing that allows you to see, right? My eyes, my body, but my soul, my spirit is still in here, and I feel like is allowing and facilitating this experience. But if I don't have my body, then I'll be doing that in another realm, in another form. My spirit will take on some other form. So with that all being said, it's knowing that, yeah, we have to go and live within the physical world and go out and have a job and do these things and be a part of reality. But at the same time, knowing that your main reality and first reality is right here, and creating that home, that space, that mansion within your own body before you look to live in a mansion with your body. Live in that mansion right here. This is the palace right in here. It ain't out there, because you can live in that mansion and still feel like you're not at home within your own body. And that's what it's about. Learning yourself, learning to become comfortable with yourself and accepting yourself. I've been reading this book called 3 Magic Words, and it talks about how to manifest, and it said the first step is accepting life as it is, or accepting that whatever you're trying to manifest can happen, and giving it up to the universe. And the steps are believing, knowing, I'm pretty sure, and relaxing. So a lot of times we're trying to will and force things to happen, but when we just let go of that, they end up happening. So that's the within working, that's the subconscious working and facilitating life behind the scenes. You just see it manifested physically, and we believe that that's our main reality. But this is just like, let's say the external world is kind of like, for some reason, I'm thinking about a lobby, and the internal world is more so the main hotel or the main place, or I'm trying to say, like, the spirit is the engine, and and your physical body is the shell of the car. But without the engine, how the hell is the car gonna run? You do see what I'm trying to say? So recognize that you're living backwards in trying to seek and find yourself within in all of these external sources, when really the answers from within are right here in the mirror with you, looking right back at you. Yeah, man, start being fulfilled by the little things, by looking at the little insignificant moments that may not seem like much, or using an opportunity to be grateful for the things in your environment, and just start to pay attention to the little small things that you don't necessarily give much attention to because you're so fixated on other big things. But those little things are enablers and allowing the big things to be big things. A big thing is nothing but a bunch of little things put together in looks like it's one big thing, just like my body is a bunch of cells and atoms, and now it look like Jeff. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, just recognize that you're in pursuit of trying to accomplish all these things externally, and that's cool. Life is about accomplishment and growing and evolving, but at the same time, stop looking for your fulfillment in for yourself and the things that you know are within, that you need to figure out within, in external things, because you will always end up, I don't want to say empty, but almost empty when you try to fulfill yourself with things that you know you need to fulfill yourself with first. So stop living backwards. Sometimes take a step back, right? We're going to take a step back from going backwards. We're going to turn to the side, and we're going to 180 back down the hill, and we're going to, we going to slide, we going to slide down the hill. We ain't going to make it a hard process. Learn to flow with life and realize that your world is within. No matter what you believe in, your first world, the first place, the first home that you live in, before I even live in my room, in my house, this is the first house that I'm in. So how can I make this the most comfortable house, a home, a place where I feel comfortable all the time? And that's one of the keys to life, I feel like. If you can feel good within your own body, feel good with yourself, be good with yourself, it don't matter what happens out here, because you know that everything is first within here. You're not dependent upon your circumstances. You're not bound to your circumstances. You're not bound to your life being a certain way now and it manifesting in continuing to be that way. You have the choice to create and manifest whatever life you live, all based upon the way you see life and the perspective that you have. It's all about the eyes you see from, and I'm not talking about these eyes. I'm talking about the eyes behind the eyes. I appreciate y'all for listening. I love y'all. We out. Unlimited.